Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. We are so excited that you all are joining us today. And I'm Shannon Radford. I am the Director of Wellness here at Presbyterian Village North. And joining me today is our ever so talented Dina Wizenby. She is our Lifestyle Fitness Manager, and boy, is she fun. So I think it's safe to say that 6 months ago, neither one of us would have ever imagined that we would be on a Zoom call with all of you presenting about this very topic, living well quarantine style. We have definitely done a lot of firsts these past few months because of COVID, but this is our second time to do a Zoom webinar, so hopefully we will not mess up, but if we do, we apologize in advance. So really today, our main goal is for you to just get a better understanding of the dimensions of wellness: physical, social, intellectual, vocational, emotional, spiritual. Did I miss any? I think that's all of them. And we want you to learn more about PVN and what we do and our culture here and how amazing our residents are and our team. And then finally, we want you to walk away with some great tips and tools that you can start using today to live healthy and happy while socially distancing, of course. So at this time, Dina and I are going to turn off our videos, and Dina will get the presentation started.
All right, everyone. So living well quarantine style. According to the 2016, there we go. The 2016 National Population Estimate of adults 65 and up, that number was 49.2 million. The projected 2060 national population of adults 65 and up increases to 98.2 million. So as you can see, that is a very significant increase. With this rapidly growing population comes an increasing rate of chronic conditions. So on the screen, you can see some of the main conditions that older adults face. Some of the more prominent ones include arthritis, Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, Parkinson's disease, as well as an increased risk of falling. But with social distancing practices, we're seeing an increase of other conditions as well, such as anxiety, depression, social isolation, and substance abuse. So most people view life like this graph. You grow up and somewhere in your 30s, maybe 40s, you hit a peak, and then it's pretty much all downhill from there. So looking at this, that's kind of a depressing way to look at your life. However, what if there was an option where you grow up, you hit that peak, and then you maintain that quality of life and square the curve? I actually had a professor at A&M. He made a comment one day in class that we all want to live long, healthy lives to just die suddenly of a heart attack. And at the time, I remember laughing and, oh, yeah, that's funny. But then I really started thinking about it, and it's so true. We want to live the highest quality of life as we can for as long as we can, and then square that curve. So here you have it, a path of gradual decline and a path of squaring the curve. Is it possible to actually choose the path that you take? Research illustrates perfectly what we've been practicing for over 40 years. A healthy and fit lifestyle allows us to square off the curve. That was Dr. Kenneth Cooper. He is the founder of modern day aerobics. So this information is what many of us have heard before. Take care of ourselves. So actually, the American Heart Association, these are the recommendations for physical activity. They recommend at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity 5 times a week for a total of 150 minutes, or at least 25 minutes of vigorous activity 3 times a week for 75 minutes. And they also recommend adding in muscle strengthening activities. The World Health Organization for adults 65 and up is the same. It mirrors the Heart Association, but they also add in a little something extra. If you have some type of condition or disability, they recommend doing as much as you can. So it's better to do a little bit than nothing at all. Also, I want you to note that this 30 minutes can be broken up into smaller increments. So you can do 15-minute sessions or 3 10-minute sessions. It doesn't have to be one consecutive 30-minute bout of exercise.
So we know eating a healthy diet, exercising, and getting enough sleep are all crucial to squaring that curve that Dina just mentioned. But is there more to living a healthy lifestyle? Yes, the answer is yes. There's so much more to whole person wellness than just that physical dimension. And at PVN, all of our programming is designed around those 7 dimensions: the physical, spiritual, social, intellectual, emotional, and environmental. So one of our most innovative and successful messages is that wellness really is for everyone, no matter where you are in life. There's no cookie cutter program, and there's no one size fits all method. So in 2019, the PVN Wellness Program received the International Council on Active Aging and New Step's Pinnacle Top 5 Best in Wellness Award. And this was actually in all of North America. So we're pretty proud about that award. We came in 3rd place. So we're hoping to come in first this upcoming year. We're pretty competitive, and you'll find that out once you all move in here. And in addition, we recently received the 2020 Innovative Care and Services Award from Leading Age Texas. So that's also pretty exciting for our team here. Really, you know, the message that we give everybody is live and thrive your way. We really believe that when it comes to our residents. It's never too late to live well or to improve your quality of life. And we continually strive to create those opportunities for all interests and abilities. With well over 300 activities a month during normal times, and over 60 independent living fitness classes a week, there's really no time to be bored here at our community. And really, one of our favorite resident complaints is when they say that there's way too much to choose from, and they can't do it all. So we definitely think that's a great problem to have. So let's take just a few minutes to dive into each dimension individually. And again, we wanted to give you just a glimpse of what life normally looks like at PVN, and then we'll dive into those tips about staying well quarantine style. So spiritual. Living with a meaning and purpose in life, guided by personal values, is key to feelings of well-being and connection to the larger world. So choosing to live at the village means being part of a spirit-filled culture open to all faiths. Here are some of the examples that our residents, things that they participate in. We've got a wonderful choir, Bible studies, prayer chains, meditation, different worship services, lots of different workshops, and our chaplains here, they're amazing. They do home and hospital visits, and they're just always open and willing to meet our residents where they are. You'll notice throughout this presentation, all of the pictures that we used in this slide are our residents here. So we hope that you just get a glimpse into the happiness of our community. The next is emotional. So feelings are the lens through which people view the world. The ability to be aware and direct your feelings helps create balance. Some examples for this dimension, we have grief support, caregiver support, counseling, special population support, chronic care management, and of course, we are a pet-friendly community. We love our pets so much. I want to kind of talk about the picture in the right-hand corner. You'll see a group of our awesome villas residents. This was after the storm, the tornado in October. And it's just a great example of neighbors just coming together and supporting each other. We didn't have power for several days on our campus. And it was so beautiful just to see people stepping up. We had residents plug their RV in so they could serve hot coffee to their fellow neighbors. And this is them outside enjoying a bonfire and just having a good time. Intellectual. Engaging in creative pursuits and intellectually stimulating activities is a proven approach to keeping minds alert and interested. There are many ways to stay intellectually active, including taking college courses, journaling, painting, or joining a theater company. And of course, you can always challenge yourself with games and puzzles. Here are some examples of some of the opportunities that we have here under that dimension: lunch and learns, health lectures, current events, museum trips, book reviews, brain training, resident writing groups. The top picture is actually our McGowan Auditorium, and I believe this was one of our Chautauqua programs. We are so fortunate to be able to bring in through our PVN Foundation. They fund wonderful programs from orchestras to ballets, and it's a very, very popular program around our campus. Vocational, isn't this picture great? This is our resident, Frank Pike, and I love this picture of him. The work that utilizes your skills while providing personal satisfaction is not only valuable for you, but society too. So some examples of our vocational dimension. We've got tons of groups that are really resident driven. The top picture, this is our wood shop group. They actually recently just made a bunch of toys for a local nonprofit, and other residents painted them over in our assisted living. So it was just a wonderful thing. They were coined the Santa's Little Helpers, and they just brought so much joy to those children. We have the Knitwits, we've got Stew Pot, Pen Pals, Camp, PVN, our ukulele players. They are very famous. They've been playing a lot of different songs out throughout the community, out at our Grishala Pavilion, and just spreading a lot of joy. Social, this is definitely, I think, the dimension that we do best here at PVN. Our residents are very social. They love to interact with friends and family and neighbors, and we know that that is so very valuable for maintaining health. Lots of social opportunities. We definitely, continue to have happy hours, community outings. We love our Gray Fox Follies. It's our resident talent show that we do every year. This year we had a staff Gray Fox Follies that we did virtually, just to kind of make it fun. We're not very talented when it comes to that, but we definitely did our best. We do themed dinner parties. We love to dress up around here, whether it's 50s or luau's. And then, of course, we've got men and women's coffee clutch. So that's when they bring in different speakers and have a wonderful breakfast. Environmental. So surrounded by a natural and man-made environment, good stewardship means respecting resources by choosing green processes that reuse and recycle goods. It also means looking at ways to bring people into the natural environment and encourage active living. So one of my favorite things about this beautiful campus is our 66 acres. it really is just to walk around and see the trees and the flowers. And we are just so fortunate, especially during this time of, really needing to get outside. And a lot of our residents are exercising outdoors, and we're just so grateful that we have our 66 acres. So some of the examples of this dimension here at PVN include, sorry, we're having a little bit of, there we go. So we have a landscaping community. We have a recycling committee, our Purple Martins. Wow, this is such a cool group. We actually have several Purple Martin houses, and the residents are taking care of them right now. And we just had several hatch yesterday. So if you all are on Cubago, which I hope you are, that's our communication platform. We just posted a picture of those Purple Martins hatching yesterday on that communication platform. We also have done fly fishing lessons out at our lake. And then we've got a putting green, and we love to do outdoor Tai Chi classes and things like that. So that's always so wonderful. All right, physical. So this is a dimension that Dina and I, this is the one that we run. We love this dimension. This is Tom Stanley. He is an avid cyclist, and he's been enjoying the great outdoors as well during this time frame, riding his bike all throughout the community. So we know that, we talked earlier that there's really no one size fits all. And this is a great example of what we see here throughout our community. Anywhere from athletics, still, running 10Ks. We have residents that are still running, residents that are still, like I said, like Tom Stanley, doing, cyclists, all the way down to those that may need some additional help, maybe some assistive devices. And the great thing about PVN is that we really have a program for everyone. So our approach to wellness here is we do, when residents move in, we do a comprehensive just evaluation. We have so many different things on our campus, including our on-site medical clinics. Our Aveo clinic is just a wonderful service here that we have. They offer telemedicine services. And a lot of residents, maybe they've had their PCP for 40 years, but they still may need to use our Aveo clinic for urgent care needs. So it's so nice to have that. But many residents have switched over because they really love Dr. Yang. She's the doctor with Aveo, and they've switched over. And to be able to have everything here, a one-stop shop, is definitely convenient for those that choose to do that. We have therapy services. So we have over 40 therapists here on campus, from physical, occupational, and speech. And it's just a really great way just to, again, have it all here. They all have so many different certifications, from LSVT big and loud for Parkinson's all the way down to aquatic and lymphedema. So they really can do it all. And the great thing about our fitness center is we have a therapy gym connected to it. So our therapists work directly with our independent living residents, and they can transition them straight into the fitness center. And so we always have that available. We like to call it a tune-up. Sometimes people will move here and they're having pain. Maybe they have sciatica or something that's going on that's really limiting them and limiting them to be able to live their life to their fullest. So working with those therapists, it just really gives them that great quality of life. So we, of course, this is our, we call this Endorphin Island. This is our lifestyle fitness center. I'm sure many of you have seen it in person. It is just absolutely wonderful. It's over 13,000 square feet. And again, I've briefly touched about that therapy gym, but we have just so many different pieces of equipment. And we're so fortunate because we really do have a wonderful PVN foundation that supports us and funds anything that we ask for. We recently purchased some Aqua Cycle bikes. So we were able to get 7 of those. Those bikes go in our saltwater pool. and the residents absolutely love them. But we also have been able to get a lot of different technology pieces. We've got a great golf simulator, and we recently purchased what's called a cyber cycle bike. And we competed in a March Madness tournament where we rode all night, 24 hours straight. Residents came up here. Dina and I spent the night, and we had to cut that March Madness short because of everything that happened with COVID. But we did come in third place for bringing in the most miles. It's a virtual system where you can track miles and see what other communities are doing across the country. So that's a really cool new bike that our residents love. We have over 80 fitness classes throughout the campus. So anything you can do on land, you really can do in the pool. So we have a wide variety of aquatic classes, balance classes, and then we have sport or activity-specific classes, including line dancing, hip-hop, ballet. And if you think of something that you want here, you just let us know, and we will make it happen. And, of course, we've got those special population classes, so for movement disorders or arthritis, osteoporosis, and then we do a lot to work your brain out as well.
So while we can't wait to get back to the way things should be around here, we all know that life looks a little bit different now. So here are some tips for continuing to live well and have that high quality of life while we are sheltering in place or staying in quarantine. So tip number one is to stick to a routine. So it's important to continue to go to bed and wake up at reasonable times, and continue to dress for the social life that you want, not what you are currently living. So it's amazing just what getting yourself ready for the day will do for that confidence in yourself. It's also important to get fresh air and to continue to move your body. So some examples would be going outside for a walk, or even opening windows and spending time on your balcony or your patio. It's also a good idea to participate in online fitness classes. I know that's a big social aspect here, as well as physical, like Shannon mentioned, and that's something that we've tried to offer for our residents here. So these are a few examples of what our life has continued to look like. So I know she mentioned Tom earlier. We actually have several cyclists now who have started riding around campus. We have had a lot of people fishing out at our lake near the villas. We've had several walking challenges. We've created home workout kits that we've delivered to residents. And then over on the side, you can see a few examples of some of the online fitness classes that we've recorded for our residents to still work out at home. Tip number 3 is to reach out and help others. So it's important to connect with friends, families, and neighbors, and you can do so through phone calls, video chats, texting, and it's also important to find ways to give back to others. So here on the screen, you see a few examples of each of those. We've all kind of had to learn how to use technology a little bit more with the video calls. We also have a really neat communication platform called Cubigo. So that is where our residents and family members are able to have access to important news. They can sign up for activities. They can view the dining menu. In the middle of the screen, you'll see one of our residents, Jim. He is giving us a tutorial on how to make a mask. And our so-and-sos that Shannon talked about earlier, they have also stepped up and made masks, not only for other residents, but for most of the team members here on campus as well. Tip number 4 is create a self-care retreat space. So it's important to identify a place that can bring you peace. So this can be somewhere in your home or apartment, or it can be an outdoor space. And then in that space, supply yourself with self-care strategies that work for you. So whether that is a photo album, a book, a journal, warm tea or coffee, something that will help bring that peace with you. Tip number 5 is notice the good in the world. So it's important in this time to just give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Everyone is doing the best that they can in these uncharted waters that we're living in. It's also important to balance heavy information with hopeful information. So focus on stories of, people sacrificing, donating, and supporting one another. So here on the screen, we have a few examples. So those are the masks, actually, that the so-and-sos made for our teammates. And then some examples of our chaplains and our residents trying to help spread that good to members of our community. Tip number 6 is to lower expectations and practice radical self-acceptance. So it's important to accept everything about yourself. This isn't a situation that any of us expected to be in, so you don't need to be hard on yourself about what you're going through. There's also no roadmap for this. We're all doing the best we can to navigate what's in front of us. It's also important to limit social media and COVID conversations. So the pandemic information is constantly changing, and information that you can find is often sensationalized or negatively skewed. So we recommend finding trusted sources that you can check consistently, but limit the amount of time you spend dwelling on the information around you. So whether that means only checking at certain times of day or setting a limit for yourself of only looking at the news for 10 minutes at a time, really whatever would work for you. Tip number 8 is find a long-term project. So focus your attention on something to take a break from the outside world. This would be a great time to start one of those really long jigsaw puzzles, maybe start a new book series or learn a new skill. You can find something that you can control to combat feeling overwhelmed. So whether that's organizing something in your home, purging out a closet. So here we actually have one of those really long puzzles. And then another example is the purple martin homes. So a lot of our residents, there's a committee and they take care of these gourds where the purple martins live and help care for the babies. And right now we have lots of eggs and new hatchlings on our campus. So that's really neat to see. Number 9 is express yourself in creative ways. So creative arts provide a direct portal to releasing pent-up emotion. Find something you enjoy to express yourself. So this could be singing, playing music. I know Shannon mentioned our ukulele players earlier. So they've been spreading some cheer around campus as well. Another example is engaging in repetitive movement. So this research shows that this can be self-soothing and can help maintain self-regulation in times of stress. So coloring, painting, knitting, drumming. On the screen, you'll see examples of several of our very creative residents doing what they love to do and help spreading creativity and positivity to other members of our community. Tip number 10 is find lightness and humor in each day. So it's important to counterbalance our heavy emotions with something funny. So examples of this, you could watch YouTube videos, Netflix shows, movies. On the screen, you'll see a few examples of how we have handled spreading the lightness and humor. Again, you'll see some of our ukulele players, as well as the staff Fox Follies that Shannon mentioned earlier. So it's important to still continue to find those ways to have fun. Tip number 11 is to reach out for help. So it's really important to keep up with your medications, keep up with your appointments or your therapy sessions the best way you can. It's also important to kind of be aware of what you're going through and reach out for additional help if you're having difficulty coping. So Shannon did mention our Aveo Medical Clinic we do have here on campus. So residents are able to come up to the clinic. But if that's something that, you're not comfortable doing, they do also offer telemedicine services. So that's been a great way, if someone didn't want to leave their home, to go ahead and have that virtual interaction with a medical professional. Tip number 12 is to take everything moment by moment and remember that this is temporary. Focus on chunks of time that feel manageable to you to help you from becoming so overwhelmed by everything going on. Also remind yourself that even though this time feels like it will never end, this season of life will pass. And one day we'll get back to living the life that we love.
In closing, the mission of Presbyterian Village North is to make each moment matter for those we serve. We believe in the ability for residents to live well, to be fulfilled, and to have purpose at all stages of life. Our residents and teammates truly care for one another, and the sense of community and well-being goes far beyond that of mere neighbors. Residents build genuine relationships with one another, and they have such a variety of different meaningful opportunities to stay engaged through every wellness dimension. So really, at this time, we want to give you guys an opportunity to see some of our different communication platforms. These are open to you all. We have a Lifestyle Fitness at PVN YouTube channel where all of our exercise classes are available. So if you want to start working out with us now, please feel free to visit that YouTube channel. And then a lot of the videos that Dina showed you pictures of our actual residents, either doing skits or telling jokes or playing music, the piano, those are under the Living Well at PVN YouTube channel. So that's accessible to you all now. A great way for you to start accessing this is to get on Cubigo, and Dina and I can certainly help y'all join that so you can see what's going on daily here at PVN. So at this time, Dina and I would love to just open it up to you all for questions. We're going to turn our videos back on, but if you see down at the bottom, there's a little chat button. So if you want to chat your questions over to us, we will answer those questions. Of course, we may not be able to answer them all because we want to be considerate of your time, but we'll answer some questions. And then, of course, if you think of anything at any time, you can always email us or call us because we're definitely accessible, and we just can't wait for you all to move into our community. So we'll turn our videos back on. Hello, everyone. All right, let's start with our questions. Okay, so is the pool as large as it looks in the picture? Yes, so our pool is actually 30 by 50. It is a saltwater pool. We do have several residents that swim. It's of course not the full length of an Olympic style swimming pool, but they are able to swim several laps. So we definitely make do with it, but it is a very large pool. We also have a hot tub, and then of course we have what's called a plunge pool, and that is actually a deep water pool. It's a rectangle off the side of the large pool. And in that area, we are able to have a lot of higher intensity classes. So we can put the flotation devices around, your torso, and we can get our residents' heart rates up by doing just different exercises in that deep water pool. Okay, so Dina.
Let's see, we have a few questions coming in. So I see one that says, what are the hours of operation of the fitness center and pool? So in normal circumstances, the fitness center is accessible 24/7. We have staff members on site, usually from about 7:30 to 4 to be there in the fitness center for you. The gym does have a security code on the entrances. So if you wanted to come later in the evening or earlier in the morning, you would just enter the code to come in to exercise. The same thing goes for the pool. In those off-hour times, we do recommend, that you come with a buddy so that way you're not up there by yourself. We actually will be opening the doors next week in a smaller capacity with the opening of the rest of the state. So we will have limited hours during that, but we will be on site the entire time. So right now we're looking at 8 to 5 and practicing those safe social distancing guidelines that we've been working hard to make sure everything will be sanitized thoroughly and everyone will have a safe exercising experience.
Okay, so it looks like we have a question about the clinic. You mentioned the clinic. What if I want to use my own doctor? Absolutely. So you can keep your PCP. Again, I absolutely love my PCP. I know that you build a relationship with them and they almost become family. And so we encourage you to keep your doctors. Earlier, I mentioned that the clinic is still available if you cut your arm and you need some attention right then and there and you can't get in with your clinic. That would be with your PCP, excuse me, that would be a perfect time to call the Aveo Clinic and they would be able to assess you and help you out with whatever is going on with you at that time. So,
right. I see a question. Does PVN provide fishing gear or should I pack my own? So that is a good question. We do recommend that you bring your own fishing equipment, but you are welcome to fish at any time. I will say this, I know that the Hawthorne apartments come with an extra storage area, so you'll definitely have room for your fishing rod, so don't fret if you were worried about storage for that. You can definitely bring your own fishing gear and enjoy the variety of fish that are stocked in the lake.
Okay, so it looks like we have a question about, it says, your chapel is beautiful. Yes, it is. Our chapel is absolutely beautiful. We are so proud of that chapel. The question is, are there different services there? I'm asking because I'm Catholic, not Presbyterian. Absolutely. So we have several different services, and we have a lot of great partnerships with many different faiths. And we have the Episcopal service. We had one just the other day virtually. Catholic, yes. So we definitely provide all of those here.
I see a question. Is there a pharmacy on campus? Yes, there is a pharmacy. It's located in the main Corrigan building. So that is something you can, if you use a different one, you can always switch over to our campus for that ease of convenience. So that way you don't have to leave to go get your medication.
Very good. All right, I see a question about classes. There's one that is asking about Pilates. Do we offer Pilates? Yes, we do. So we actually have several mat Pilates classes that we hold in our studio. And we also have a Pilates room. It is located back in our rehab gym where we have a reformer. So that's something that we definitely use one-on-one with some of our independent residents. So just a great another piece of equipment that we wish we could have them here in the Lifestyle Fitness Center, but with 13,000 square feet, we have run out of room for all of our wonderful, fun fitness toys. So we have started taking over other areas of campus. All right, see one last question and then we will wrap it up. Let's see. Okay, another question about, spa services. Yes, we do have spa services. We have a beautiful spa. That's actually where Dina and I are now. We are in the lobby of our spa. And so we do have a massage therapist, 2 massage therapists, as well as an esthetician. They're currently not coming now because of everything that's going on, but they are eager to come back. And we also have a salon. So we have several different stylists here that are wonderful and great. Our salon just got a beautiful makeover, so it's very stunning and bright, and the experience in there is wonderful as well. They offer wine or coffee or just to make your salon experience wonderful. So lots of great questions. Again, because of time, we don't want to keep you all with us. But please email us or call us, and we look forward to meeting you all in person. And again, if you think of anything, we love new ideas. That's what we thrive on. And so if you have an idea, send it our way. Nothing is too crazy, nothing at all. So again, thank you so much for your time, and happy Friday, and stay healthy and start using some of those tips that Dina covered. And we look forward to seeing you all soon.